Okay, this is going to be a short video of my everyday carry bag, and this is a bag that I carry every day to work. I don't carry it every day everywhere I go during the course of, let's say, a weekend, but when I'm at work I carry it from my home to my car, from my car to the office, from the office to my work truck, in my work truck all day, so that I'm never too far from it, then back to the office, back to my car, back home. And I do that every day, and these are some of the things that I like to bring with me. To start with, the particular bag that I use is a knapsack style bag. It is from Outdoor Products, which I got from Walmart, and the particular one that I use is Morph 8.0. I like it because it's big enough for what I need, yet still somewhat compact. It has side pockets, two zippered side pockets, one here that has a mesh form, and one here which is completely enclosed. And I carry miscellaneous items in here. For instance, right now I have a bunch of change. You know, you go through a drive-through to get something from McDonald's or some other fast food restaurant, and you wind up with some change, and I just deposit it in the side pocket here, and it just sinks down and out of sight, and at some point in time I'll empty that into my coin reservoir at home. And in the side here I also keep wet wipes so that they're always nice and handy, as well as some other styles. Like this happens to be Ready Wipe, really cheap. I don't particularly like those, but I have some, and so I'll use them up. So those are some of the things that I carry in the side pocket there. And on the other side it has a mesh elastic pouch in which you can keep a water bottle of some sort, or whatever you wish to carry. I just happen to carry a water bottle. The one I'm using right now is an aluminum one with a screw top. And let's see here, there you go. And a drink dispenser or squirt dispenser. So that works out well. Put that aside. On the outside I keep a carabiner with a compass on there, and it has a key ring there if you wish to use one. But in the event that I need a compass, I'll always have one available. And if we flip it on the outside as well, on the other side it's nicely padded on the back, so you get some comfort when you wear it on your shoulders, and some it's breathable, so you don't have to worry about it really generating a lot of sweat. And it has a drink tube pass-through, so you can actually an attachment, a clip for your drink tube if you actually want to carry a bladder on the inside. And I have affixed a pouch here for my cell phone, which is a track phone style cell phone. I just got this one, and that's a whole nother story. Okay, so I always have my cell phone handy on the outside. And as you can see, that is actually it's rather inexpensive pouch. It's cheap, but it serves my purpose. And on this side I have a small first aid kit, which is attached here. You can unclip this as necessary, and you can have your small first aid supplies in here. Like I have some Neosporin, I guess antibiotic that you can just spray on, and some other things that I can do a review on this a little later. And I also have a small light. Ooh, nice. Okay, I have a small light here, an LED light, and I have this attached to a retractable, an retractable lanyard, and I can always disconnect that if I need to. But usually what I would do, if I need it and I'm carrying something or whatever, I'll just pull it out and shine my light on whatever I need to shine it on that way. Okay, I like these particular types of light. I think that's the Micron 2, I believe it is. But I think I've talked about this particular thing already. But flipping to what I carry on the inside here. Okay, since it's winter time, I always like to keep some cough drops available. I have here a GPS with some keys onto this, and trust me, they are not my house keys. This is an Echo style GPS, and you can use this to return to whatever location that you set in the memory, and that can be disconnected from this holder right here. I have my checkbook in here, and unfortunately, there's no money in that account, so it's just for decoration. I like to keep a knife, fork, and spoon set with me, and I keep that wrapped in a plastic bag with a rubber band around that, just in case I need some eating utensils at some point in time. And these, I believe, are the Lexan fork set or utensil set. And I have a Frontier emergency water filtration device in here with some, what are those things called? Coffee filters. Yes, coffee filters there. And this is to be able to have a fresh source of drinking water if I ever need it. This is the straw type. You just submerge it into a reservoir of contaminated water and drink. And I always like to carry a copy of the Constitution of the United States with me. And I got this from the ACLU. They actually send me a lot of requests for funding and whatnot, and sometimes I donate to them, sometimes not. I also have a eyeglass cleaning cloth here, which I sometimes use also to wipe the surface of the nook. That would be the glass surface. And I have some Repel 100 insect repellent, 100% DEET, and you just take this, spray it, spritz it on you as you need it. And a bandana. And a glue stick. Never know when you need glue. Okay, moving forward, I have some, I'll just say, bit of Gorilla tape, the Gorilla duct tape. I have a micro SD card and adapter in here. The micro SD card keeps falling out of its little slot, however. It belongs there. I have a flash drive. And I keep my, this is a Kershaw, I think it's a Kin Onion design. It's a very nice blade on there, sharp as can be. And perhaps I'll do a review on this one. This is a really nice knife. And some writing implements. I have a Sharpie marker, the fine point, and a Sharpie marker, the fat point. I have a just a regular ballpoint pen, medium. And scroll down here, a space pen, writes anywhere. The problem with this is I lost the cap on this one. At some point, I have no idea where it got to. And a couple other writing implements I keep down in here too. You just kind of force it up through here. This came as a set. You have black, green, red, and blue. Okay, let's get to this. This is a small pocket transistor radio from Radio Shack. It had the TV function, it had the TV band on there. I don't know if that's going to show up, but it had the TV band on here, but after they went digital, that was no longer effective. You can also get the weather information, the WX on there. So it has digital AM tuning, FM tuning, TV, and the weather stations there. And it's kind of funny because when we had the earthquake a couple years ago, or I think it was last year, the earthquake that struck in Virginia, I was able to break this out and listen to the news reports of what was going on around the country. And this is the antenna for this particular radio. You plug it into the ear port here, the ear port, and that gives you your FAM antenna. And let me see what else is there about this radio that I like. Oh, it does have the digital tuning, and right now it looks like it needs new batteries, so I'll have to replace those. This is part of the charging mechanism for the Nook. I like to keep that with me. No need in having it if I don't actually have the charger with me. You never know when you're going to run out of power. Okay, earbuds for both the radio and the Nook, and a charger for the cell phone, and a 4-way adapter for USB ports. Okay, that pretty much exhausts everything that is in this first pouch. So if you go up to the top here, I have other things that I like to keep with me at all times. This is just another cheap pouch. It has another carabiner on there, but I don't use that really, and it's really cheap, dollar store thing, but I got it mostly for the pouch. I keep some spare bucks there just in case I need some dollars or just ones. I think I have about 15 of them here, so that's not too much. Plus, you never know when me and the boys might want to go out for a night. All right, something to keep my breath fresh. You just take this and you spritz this in your mouth, and it gives you a nice taste. Extra chapstick, or lip balm, call it. We have the cheap can opener. This is not the actual military, it's military style, but I think this was the Coghlan's one, so it's really cheap. And you have fingernail clippers and bus tokens, just in case I need to catch the bus. I always like to have those with me. It's winter time right now, so I like to carry some Mucinex with me. It keeps my mucus flowing, I guess you could say. And you have, these are the Wisps Colgate, and these are the brush, the waterless toothbrush things. And you can just, if you have a nasty taste in your mouth, you can just break one of these open and scrub it around in your teeth for a couple minutes, and you come up with fresh breath. And this is a digital thermometer, something that I like to keep with me anyway. Just in case you feel a little feverish, you can check your fever, you can check your temperature, and perhaps head off something that might be a little more serious coming down the pipe, you know. So if you can catch your fevers early, you might be able to get medical treatment early and limit the damage that a fever can possibly do to you. And just a small comb that I keep with me, and an eyeglass repair kit. And if any of you guys wear eyeglasses, you know that these things can be indispensable. Once again, another dollar store item, so I'm not spending a lot of money on some of the things that I carry around with me. And earplugs. And that pretty much exhausts what's in this top pocket here. Now moving on to the big pocket, and there's not very much in here actually. This is my Nook. This is my small survival kit. I did a review on this before. It hasn't undergone any changes. And this is my camera case. I'm actually making the video with this camera right now, so it's not in here, but this is the case. Once again, another dollar store item, and it suits my needs perfectly. And by the way, the camera that I'm using is the Panasonic Lumix It's a nice camera. The only thing about it is when you make digital videos with this, you can't zoom with it, you know, so whatever setting you have it on is what you're stuck with. Okay, and this is just a file folder that I like to keep with me. And in here, I'll just keep whatever documents that I may need. I'll have some stamps and envelopes of all types, some labels, pre-made labels. I can store letters down in here whenever I need to go to the post office, just to keep things neat. Just miscellaneous stuff that I like to keep with me or transport. I have a bunch of straws in here too, and I'll get into that at some other time. You know, I just like to keep straws with me. They should be in plastic right now, but I think I just grabbed a handful of them and threw them in here. Okay, just a random tissue. And on this side here, let's see, that's my Powerball ticket, or Powerball card. A couple CDs in there, and another pen, and another pen. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, this is part of my emergency cash stash that I like to keep with me. It's not much, but in the case of an emergency, I'll have some cash. I'll know where to go. All right, and just to bring the bag back in here for the finale, down in here I have a Platypus water bottle. I don't actually have a bladder for this. I have a couple of bladders around the house, but I just opted just to put the Platypus in there just in case I need some additional water storage. Okay, and let's see what else we have down here. Just some random tissues, napkins from fast food restaurants, you know, just something to wipe your mouth with, blow your nose, whatever you might need. Makes good fire starter if you actually need some of that at some point in time. And last but not least, these are what you refer to as procedural masks. They are not respirators. The protection factor on these are extremely low, but what it is, it will allow you to offer some small protection from biological mists. They use them in dentist offices and doctors. That's why they're called procedural masks. And these things, essentially, you just loop these behind the ear. You fold this over the bridge of your nose, and you pull this down, and that forms a face seal for you. Now, you might want to consider doubling up a couple of these guys if you actually come into a situation where you know, you might be in a dust storm, or if there's like on 9/11 you had clouds of dust and stuff flying all over the place. These might offer you some respiratory protection. I wouldn't count on these things doing so because they are not 100% sealing on your face, so you might actually get a lot of bypass around the edges of these things. But under certain circumstances, something is better than nothing, and perhaps coupled with the bandana that I have in here, you may actually give yourself some more protection. But one of the reasons why I carry these with me is because in my job I do a lot of sampling of wastewater, particularly sewage. And when you sample, you may actually aerosolize some of the stuff that you're sampling, and this will prevent you from actually inhaling some of it, most of it, because this is, you know, this is somewhat water repellent, and it will not allow the fine mist to get through to your respiratory tract. And also, even as important, it will prevent you from actually going from hand to mouth or nose or face, and actually accidentally touching your mouth or face with sewage contaminated gloves. So this will prevent some of that from occurring. So it may not necessarily be an emergency situation where this comes in handy, just in my routine sampling. If I actually need to have something cover my face, I have these available. I can just go to my bag. They're not provided by my job or anything like that. We have other respiratory protection for that. But sometimes the other respiratory protection, which would be like a full face respirator, is a little too cumbersome for the job at hand. So you opt for something a little less cumbersome. And at my own expense, I provide these for myself for my own protection, because no one can protect you better than you. And that is the first rule of any kind of hazardous materials handling. You are your first safety person. Okay, well, that is my everyday carry bag. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about my setup here. As I said, these are just some of the things that I like to carry with me every day. Particularly every day on the job, as opposed to every day in my usual fares and travels. I have other things for those circumstances, but this is my everyday carry to work. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about these setups. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.